Well, the English Premier League enters its third round this weekend. These are the fixtures. So we have Tottenham at home to Wolves, Crystal Palace, they face Aston Villa, Everton at home to Nottingham, Fulham play Brentford, Leicester City will be seeing Southampton, Bournemouth at home to the winning Arsenal, Leeds versus Chelsea, West Ham up against Brighton, Newcastle will also be playing the winning Manchester City, and Manchester United, the most talked about club this season, will be up against Liverpool. Well, Manchester United have signed Brazilian defensive midfielder Casemiro from European champions Real Madrid for a fee of about £60 million as they look to bolster squad short on quality. So I'm starting with you, Lance Whitaker, because I'm giving George some time. What do you make of Casemiro to your team? How does a man of his age, I mean, he's great once he's fit, add to Manchester United? Or is this another reminder of the problem of Manchester United taking players that don't really benefit them long term and wasting all their money?
Well, some of the problems Manchester United are facing at the moment are urgent problems, and their midfield deficiencies would be counted as one of the biggest problems in the Man United roster at the moment, which Casemiro would help. Having said that, I've seen in recent years Man United signing a lot of high-quality players who haven't benefited the team. You know, physically, the production of the team and the results of the team. Varane is a good example. He came in, you know, with the expectation that because of his quality, Man United's defensive setup would be a lot more solid. I know he had injuries and so on, so that sort of scuppered his contribution to the team. But I just have to see how it pans out, because, you know, Man United is at the bottom of the ladder at the moment, and while I know that their roster needs strengthening, player for player, the team is performing way below what the players are capable of. You know, someone like Rashford, he has fallen down significantly in recent seasons to a level that is almost unrecognizable to the player that we had seen 4 years ago. So I just need to see how Casemiro fits into the team and how he benefits the team. I would want to see the results, and then I would make my assessment of how beneficial his arrival would be, because at the moment, Man United just seems like a roster that no matter who you bring in, they're going to have problems.
Lance is making the point that, yes, Manchester United has midfield problems, George, but anything that Manchester United touches, you get the sense that they wreck it.
What's the opposite of the Midas touch? Is the Manchester United touch?
Go ahead. Your turn.
Here's the thing. Of the players that Manchester United would have signed to perform midfield duties in the past, Casemiro represents something of a difference in terms of his profile. He's still at the sharp end of his form. He can still improve. Yeah? Players are about two main things in their careers. One, they're about getting rich and famous. You can twin that. And then they're about winning titles. It's about glory. Although really at the heart of the game is glory, because if you get glory in the game, you'll be rich. Mm-hmm. He's already a wealthy man by the standards of where he's from. He's from in Brazil, Casemiro. But in terms of rich footballers, he's not on the scale as the wealthy footballers in the world. Mm-hmm. He comes, he doubles his weekly salary. Why wouldn't he come? Yeah? To double his money. And also, don't forget, most of the big clubs in Europe have a policy where once a player passes the age of 30, they give you now rolling one-year contracts rather than long-term deals. So he was at Real Madrid. His next contract at Real Madrid would have been a one-year deal, which would be renewed every year. Rather, at 30, Manchester United is giving him a 4-year deal with an option to get a fifth year. So that's one thing. So from a business sense for him, it makes more sense. Well, it makes dollars. It makes dollars for him to go to Manchester United. It would have made sense for him to stay at Real in literal terms. The other thing is the glory. Players want to conquer frontiers, especially when they have conquered old frontiers and they want to conquer new frontiers. Casemiro has won 5 Champions League titles with Real Madrid.
Real Madrid.
He's won 2 La Liga titles. Yeah? He's won I don't think he's won the Copa del Rey. So the fact of the matter is he's won all the big trophies with Real Madrid. What else is he going to win with Real Madrid in Spain? He's satisfied his desire. He didn't win the Champions League once. He said, you know what? I want to taste it again. All right? I've won it twice. I want to win it 3 times. No, he's won it 5 times, and he's won La Liga as well. There's nothing left for him to achieve in Spain. Here comes Manchester United, who's giving him the chance to double his money, to give him the security of contract past 30 years old that Real Madrid will not do as per club policy. There is nothing for him to fear from a personal perspective, and he's going to one of the biggest clubs in world football. You said it at the start, Mariah. It's funny. Teams lose football matches every day. No team in world football is talked about like Manchester United. None. Yeah? So everybody just wants to know it can get right. So I'm just saying that and what he offers on the field is the kind of expertise in a position that has been a problem for Manchester United for several cycles, and that he has the ability to get right. But that said, the Manchester United touch, which is the opposite of the Midas touch, is the problem more than anything else.
But we do, we've spoken also about Manchester United's midfield problem. Does he assist the midfield? Like, do you see him coming into the setup and improving that?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. He can only improve Manchester United. His statistics from Real Madrid are fine. And look, when you looked at Real Madrid, Real have already bought his replacement. The young Frenchman that they spent close to $100 million on, the guy, Chouameni, who started the first league game of the La Liga season. Casemiro was on the bench. Now, Casemiro played in the Super Cup, where he was the best player on the field for Real Madrid. Perhaps wanted to show the coach that, look, the young boy is in, but I want to keep my place. So they have his replacement lined up, and he's saying, well, if they have my replacement lined up already, and they won't give me a contract beyond a rolling year contract when I'm here, and I'm going to a club to double, perhaps triple my money when you add in bonuses, why not go to somewhere where they want me to be front and center of their project rather than stay somewhere where they want to perhaps push me to the fringes?
Yeah, I agree. So there's nothing in him to lose, not even a Champions League. Well, ahead of their EPL clash at home to Liverpool on Monday, the mood is still sour at Old Trafford, with supporters organising another protest against the Glazer family. So, Lance, it's I want to say the eve, I know the match is not tomorrow, of a big match. And, protest not only within the Manchester United setup, but it even leads to the management, the Glazers themselves, the owners.
Well, fans are emotional, and what Man United fans are experiencing at the moment is rock bottom. Man United, as George just mentioned, still, in spite of its recent troubles, the biggest football club in the world, one of the biggest football clubs in the world. And because the fans are so accustomed to success and high-level performances from the team, it is very difficult for them to accept what is going on now. And the Glazers, owners of the club, have come under a lot of scrutiny and criticism based on their handling from an ownership perspective. But, going into a Liverpool match for a Man United fan, based on the team's current form, is a very scary assignment. And the protests, a lot of fans feel, are opportune at this moment to present themselves and the disgust they feel about the Glazers as owners. But as I said, a Liverpool assignment on Monday is pretty scary for the Man United fans, given what could happen.
Yeah.
Manchester United are unique. I have never heard of or seen a group of football fans talking about football, and say, for instance, the group is predominantly Arsenal fans, and Arsenal is in a bad rut, in a bad spell. They aren't in a bad spell, no, they're in a good place. Long may they stay there. But I've never seen a group of football fans where the Arsenal fans predominate and Arsenal is having a bad time sit together and talk just exclusively about Arsenal. But I've seen Arsenal, I should fix that. I've never seen Manchester United fans, where Arsenal are in a rut and sit and discussing Arsenal. It doesn't happen. They talk about Manchester United. But fans of every other team will sit down and the conversation will be Manchester United. Yeah,
why.
the club, because the club is this vehicle, is this huge thing, and the fans are saying, look at what our club has become. It has become a laughing stock. People are taking liberties. Gabby Agbonlahor, an ordinary Premier League player, is taking liberties in his commentary and punditry duties. Paul Merson is having a pop. These people are making it seem as if we are chopped liver. We are better than that, and the fans want to take the club back. And I hope the movement gets more support. I don't want the group that Roy Keane famously dismissed as the prawn sandwich brigade to look at the protesters over there and not join them. I want people to join the protesters. We need to get rid of the Glazers. We need to get better owners to fix up the stadium, to put the structure in place to ensure that our football is not captive.
Yeah. So, George, you're not guided by Ten Hag's appeal for unity among the fans and the club owners.
No.
He just asked for that in the last 24 hours.
But he has to, because the club pays him.
Yes,
yeah,
I know,
so he has to.
I know,
so no,
you're not
yeah,
agreeing
no,
with
because
it,
because it needs revolution, Lance.
Yeah.
All
It
right,
needs
well,
revolution.
on that revolution point, we're going to take a break, pay some bills and be back.